Stakes racing continues from Gulfsteam Park. This time, let's take a look at the Sir Shackelton Stakes. It's 7 furlongs, older horses, and the purse is $75,000. Don't forget, we've got previews of the Florida Derby, also the Gulfstream Park Oaks, and the Hales Hope Stake. Those are already available online. I thought this would be a fun race. It's 7 furlongs, and there's some hard-hitting older horses in this field. Let's start at the rail. 12-horse field. Bourbon Calling, 4 for 14, lifetime. And I like about him is his running style. He's a closer. If the pace heats up, Bourbon Calling is the type of horse at 10-1 who can pick up the pieces. His best race was probably an allowance race last year at Churchill Downs. At 6 furlongs, he came motoring from 10th place to pick up the victory. He's got the class. He gets a good post position, and he seems to be in good form. He's coming off a little bit of a layoff, just kind of a routine winter break, so we'll see what Bourbon Calling can do in his first start of the year. Garter and Tie is another hard-hitting horse that seems to fire. Another one off the layoff. Quite a few horses coming in off the layoff, so we'll see which one ends up being the more classiest horse off that layoff. But Garter and Tie, another one getting ready, probably most likely for the Belmont meet this summer. Last Judgement, 4-1. Todd Pletcher trains. Big victory last out, and now 3 for 6 lifetime. His second lifetime race, he picked up a Brisnet speed figure of 96. He's got 4 Brisnet speed figures over 90 in his 6-start career. He's most likely the favorite in this spot. High Riverside is an 8-year-old now. He does his best running at Gulfstream. 29 career starts at Gulfstream with 6 wins, 5 seconds, 4 thirds. Antonio Sano trains. Of course, he's the trainer of Gunnevera. And High Riverside, another one that can run close to the pace. He's got some 92 Brisnet speed figures, and way back at Gulfstream Park at 1 mile and a 16th, he picked up a 100 Brisnet speed figure. There's a strong correlation between those 1 mile and a 16 races and 7 furlong races. Horses that run well at 1 mile and a 16th do run well at 7 furlongs. At 20-1, he's probably not in his best form right now. Off the layoff, we'll see what High Riverside can do in this spot. Bourbon Resolution, 8-1 morning line. Son of New Year's Day, going to try to stretch out and go back to the dirt, cut back off the turf at 1.5 miles, at 1 mile and a 16th. He just doesn't seem to be a 7 furlong type of horse. He's coming off the layoff since last July. I think Bourbon Resolution is really just prepping for a longer distance race. Home base at 6-1. Michael Tomlinson trains, another one with just 1 prep since December, but he did pick up the win at 5-1 the last time out. I think home base definitely is the type that can win this race here. Wanted to talk about Vekoma. Hasn't run since the Kentucky Derby last year. He was considering the Carter Stakes next week at the Aqueduct racetrack, but now those races are canceled. He's been working out steadily since January, so he should have a good foundation under him. A lot of people may forget, he broke his maiden first time out at 6 furlongs. He ran a 108.4 with a 96 Brisnet speed figure in September of his 2-year-old year. Then he came back in the Nashua, ran a 136 mile. This guy is a strong miler, and if the racing scene gets back underway, this is the type of horse that could have ran in the Churchill Downs handicap. He could have ran in the Met Mile, so lots of options for Vekoma. I don't really think he is a 10 furlong horse. I think a mile, mile and an eighth really is right up his wheelhouse. He's going to get a jockey change. He was supposed to have Castellato ride, new rider switch for Vekoma, but definitely one to keep an eye to watch on in his 4-year-old campaign. He Hate Me on the outside. Stanley Huff trains. 15 starts, 4 wins, 4 seconds, 4 thirds. He Hate Me, another one that can come just off the pace at 6 furlongs. 7 furlongs should be a perfect distance for He Hate Me. So you've got Vekoma, He Hate Me, High Riverside as some of the outsider contenders. The favorite will probably be the Todd Pletcher trained Last Judgement, and then also want to take a look at Bourbon Resolution, but I think he's getting ready for races later on this summer. Going to be an interesting stakes race, the Sir Shackelton. Remember, smash that like button if you're liking all the videos, and we get more views if you do that. Also, hit subscribe. Who's going to be our 500th subscriber? It could be you. Remember, we'll lead you all the way through the stakes racing in 2020.